Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Whitebeard Angler. Hey, today I am not fishing around. I'm going to try to help some of you find out about which rod and reel choices to make when you're purchasing for the first time. It can be quite a daunting task and quite confusing when you walk into a store and you've got all those rods and reels sitting there. If you've never fished, you're wondering, what should I buy? I don't know. There's so many of them to choose from. Well, let's see if I can help you out with that. All right, so the rod that you're going to buy and the reel that you're going to buy is all dependent on what you're fishing for. I know you're fishing for fish, but like what kind, what size, what conditions. And you can find a lot of the information about the rod on the rod itself. This one is a 6'6". The power is medium light. The action is medium for 6 to 12 pound fish. 3/16 to half ounce weight. So if you're fishing in conditions that require that, that's the kind of rod. They go from heavy to ultralight. Ultralight are a lot lighter, flexible, using a smaller reel, and they are for smaller fish, you know, bluegill, crappie, perch, things like that. When you go to the heavy, that's for big fish, sturgeon, out on the ocean, that kind of thing. The action will vary, but that's how you determine the kind of rod that you're going to buy, is by what you're fishing for and where you're fishing. Same with the reels. If you buy a small rod, they come in different sizes. They start small and there's variable sizes and they get larger as it goes up. So rods and reels quite often are a personal preference, what you feel comfortable fishing with. There's 4 types of reels in the fishing world that aren't fly fishing world. Not talking about that. That's a whole nother world. Maybe I'll do an episode on that at another time. But today it's rods and reels. First reel that we have is a closed face. Real easy to operate. You push the little button, you're holding on to it, you cast, you let go of the button, you get your bait where you want it, click it, now you're fishing. These are pretty easy to operate, like I said, but if something goes wrong inside that reel with your line, that could be a problem. You have to take it all apart, get inside there, figure out what the problem is, fix it, and then screw that back on. And if you've already made your cast, it'll make you work a little faster so you don't get a bite and your line's all messed up inside the rod. We've got a spin cast reel. These are pretty common. I see them everywhere. A lot of people use them. I have spin casts. I actually have a closed face now on my Teenage Mutant Ninja rod. And spin casts are pretty easy. You just got the spool, the line coming out the end. Put your finger on the line, open the bail, cast, let go with your finger. When the bait gets where you want it, close the bail back by turning the handle. The handle's interchangeable most of the time on spinning rods. This little screw right here, you take it out, you just swap this handle over to that side, put the screw over on this side, so if you want to fish right-handed, great, left, whatever you want to do, they're interchangeable that way. Also, when you unscrew this 3/4 of the way, this handle will come down and bend in, and that's for travel. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. The more I unscrew that, the more I'm able just to tuck it in there like that, and that works really well when you're traveling. You won't break your handle off in the back of your truck or your car or whatever. So that's a pretty important feature too. The drag on this particular reel is right on top, right here. This is the drag. That will loosen it and that will tighten it. And the drag determines how much line's going to be pulled when you've got a fish on. Oh yeah. And you want to have a little drag. If you're fishing light line, like 4 pound, 6 pound, and you get a big fish, you're going to want it to be able to run a little bit. If you try to bring it in with the small rod and a reel, something's going to break. Either the line or your rod, and you're going to lose the fish. And that's no fun. Nobody likes losing fish, including me. Oh no! And the next kind of reel I've got to offer up is a bait caster. This is used by a lot of bass fishermen. I like bait casters. I've got one on my steelhead rod, actually. They're pretty easy to operate too. Well, kinda. You push that little button right there, and your thumb is on top of the spool, on top of your line, holding it steady. And you just cast, you would let go with your thumb, and when you got your bait to where you were casting to, you put your thumb back down to slow the retrieve. There's a little knob right here. It's a tension knob. It determines how fast that line is going to feed out of a bait caster or a level wind when you're casting. If you've got it coming out too fast or too loose, it will all spool up. It'll create a rat's nest, and they're horrible. They take forever to get out, and that's no fun. So you just adjust the speed of it by having the weight drop to see, and it should just come down nice and smooth, not too fast or not too slow. Just a nice steady drop on that, and that will determine how fast the line's going to come off this spool when you cast. You don't want problems for yourself, I guarantee you. And the last one I'm going to show you today is a level wind. This is a big old reel. The bigger the reel, the bigger the spool. The bigger the spool, the more line you can put onto it. So when you're fishing for small fish, you'd be using smaller rods, smaller reels, less line. This one, you just push a button wherever it went, right there. You would cast. And these are great for trolling. This bigger one like this would probably be great for salmon and maybe doing some ocean fishing. It's a big rod, big reel. I'll even tell you the weight. It's 9 foot long. It's a medium heavy and medium action. Well, it's for big fish. Those are the 4 rods and 4 reels. Oh, by the way, bait casters and level winds, the rod's eyes are close to the backbone, the spine of the pole, like that. And on spin casts, the eyelet is extended from the rod. So that's the difference. Bait cast level winds, the rod's eyelets are close to the rod, and on spin casts and closed space, you've got an extension on those eyelets. And that's the way it is. If you put the wrong one on, the wrong reel on the wrong rod, it's not going to work out as nice for you. I've seen a lot of videos where people are using a spin cast like this. Yeah, don't do that. That's not the way to hold them. This is the way to hold a spin cast. So if you don't want to get ridiculed when you're learning to fish, hold your spin cast like that. Not like that, because then everybody will know you're a rookie. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have to start somewhere, don't we?